didn't see you. My name is Voss, and this is a 2005 Camry. And it's got a manual transmission, and we're gonna review it today. Oh hey, didn't see you there. Like we were saying before, this is a 2004 Toyota Corolla. It has a 12-valve VTEC.
Actually, it's a 2005 Toyota Camry with a 2.4-liter inline four.
Moving on to the interior. Oh hey, didn't see you there. So moving on to the side, this Camry is the XRS model. It is got a pinstripe, think blue paint, and it's fitted with coupe, so it's got 2 doors in the front. And moving on down here, if you want to bring it in real quick, you can tell these are the optional upgraded 17-inch wheels fitted with Michelin Pilot Sport 4S summer tires, right?
Actually, if you don't mind, this is the wheel I hit. This is the wheel when I bent the curb. I hit a curb, bent the wheel. We have used Falcons, and we have 4 doors with some beautiful, beautiful, not scratched silver paint.
Moving on to the interior. Oh hey, you again. So this is a 2005 Nissan Corolla, and as you can see, we have if you want to come closer in, you have an industry-leading 80 cubic feet of cargo space. Those seats actually fold down. Every pair comes with, this is optional, but if you get the XRS model, a pair of Jordans. I think the color may vary. A Fila lunchbox. I think comes with change. Some Tough and Stuff multi-purpose foam cleaner. I don't think this has ever been used. An ice scraper. You can see the Michigan license plate. The roads are not very good there. And finally, the essentials, some Carhartt driving gloves. And as we keep going,
Actually, it's an LE model.
moving on to the interior. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that little skit we did. This is one of my good friends, Justin.
Hello.
Like I said, we've known each other for
10 years now?
at least. Yeah. We got a guy in the back that came out and helped out. I don't actually know his name, nor does he say anything.
Well, we just kind of found him on the street, and he decided he wanted to help us. So,
Isn't that right? Oh, we did a little, you know, excuse my outfit. This is the. I went into my my closet and found probably the stupidest things that I own. It's sad that I own these, but you know what? That's for another time. But this is a 2005 Camry, and I mean, how much did you get this for?
$1,500.
So him and I, we probably talk every day, and we've been joking back and forth for a couple months now. We should make a skit. We should make a skit, and we figured, what better opportunity than to rope in a 05 Camry with a manual transmission. That's what makes us super appealing. That I've seen Corollas that are manual. I've never seen a Camry that's manual.
I needed a daily driver because my truck continued to break and only got about 12 miles to the gallon.
If you notice the J. Cole license plate, that's not because this rolls cold.
No, it is not because of that. No.
It does squeal tires.
It will squeal the tires.
And grind third gear.
And reverse.
They might be on the same band.
And sometimes first if you shift too early.
So we're gonna, like we've kind of talked about the specs. I think it's, you know, what's it got in here? I don't even remember.
I think it's a 2.4 liter L4.
I butchered the skit, so I can't remember what's actually in here.
It does not have VTEC. It has variable valve timing with an I at the end of it.
Something really cool about this is, you know, you got here from Detroit, Michigan, about a 300-mile drive in like not even a fourth a tank of gas.
Yeah, no, it's not even half a tank.
Yeah, so I mean, this thing is great on gas. It's fun. It being a manual, obviously it's not super fast. You probably have running around 160 horsepower, something like that.
Yep, 160 horsepower and 166 pound-feet of torque. That is more than a 2015 Honda Fit with a 6-speed. The only reason I know that is because I make fun of my coworker.
Moving on to the interior. So, like we were saying, this is a 5-speed. It does have an.
Just take the shoulder knob off.
Here we are. Oh wow, it's a lot of.
Don't crack your glass there, bud.
It does have an aftermarket shift knob. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, it's pretty good.
It's a 4-speed with an optional 5th gear add-on.
Oh yeah, and I'll just clip that back on. And it's got your 5-speed pattern with reverse being bottom right. So you've heard enough about this. You hear the idling, it's pretty bad. I think it needs struts, it might need a wheel bearing, so it doesn't really matter.
It's got a low idle mod where when you're sitting in traffic, it likes to dip down to 200 RPM and shake violently. That's a feature.
The AC doesn't work.
Nope. And it is a nice sunny 65-degree day here.
It is, in March, in Ohio.
In March, yes.
It was snowing the other day.
Yes, it was.
But let's get on the road and see how it does. So, like I was mentioning, this is hardly a review because I've actually never even driven this before, nor do I know what it feels like. But I will say, for an 05, for 1,500 bucks,
it's pretty clean.
It's super clean on the inside. I mean, your seats are pretty comfortable. Look at that bolstering.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It hugs you real good. It's because of those sport tires you got, right? So
absolutely.
when you're taking those corners.
My used Falcons, that one of them blew up a day and a half after I bought them. Yeah, my Pilot Sport 4S.
So, we've got, there are some pluses. I did drive some new Challengers and Hellcats. They don't have an e-brake like this.
I'm so happy it has a hydraulic. So it has the manual e-brake.
In some regards, this is more superior than a Hellcat, right?
I've drifted it on the streets. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
In a parking lot.
The clutch travels very Japanese. But
perfect. Let's go.
That's it. So now we're in reverse. There's a good chance I could stall this. I'm used to driving the M3 with a very long clutch travel.
It's got about a third of the way through it bites, and then you move it like not even a millimeter, and then you're in gear. It's flawless. Okay,
I'm gonna adjust that. All right, dude, I can see you back there.
It's got power mirrors. I think it's got power adjusting mirrors.
Again, I can't
for 50. Okay, I bought this
anything for $1,500 that has all this.
I bought this car having only driven it and put it
and a sunroof. Sorry.
I bought this car only needing to know that it ran and drove, starts and stopped, and had 5 gears. And then I'm driving home and I'm like, call my brother, and I'm like, hey dude, this thing's got a sunroof. And he's like, seriously? And then I found out it had power mirrors and power doors. Let's go.
All right, so.
Feel the power. You got this.
Oh wow. Very Japanese.
It's very Japanese.
Very Japanese. I drove one of my friends has an RSX. I just barely drove around a lot. And you don't need to give it a whole lot, and it eventually just takes off.
No, it kind of just goes. You see how it has like no clutch travel?
No, none at all. Literally none at all. So it's already warmed up, so I think I can push it and see what happens.
I've actually gotten the car started in my neighborhood in 4th gear. The clutch smelled horrible after doing it, but it'll do it. Oh yeah. Just bang shift it.
There we go.
Maybe not, don't bang it into 3rd, but you can bang it into 4th.
That's, that's a respectable speed. Wow, that's really smooth actually.
It's pretty good.
Like it drives super smoothly.
I had only ever moved manual cars around a parking lot before I got this, and this is the car I self-taught myself on, and I picked up on it pretty quick. It's a pretty easy car to drive.
That was about one of the easiest manuals I've ever driven. The M3 is super easy to drive.
Yeah, I know. I drove one of your older BMWs.
The 335i,
that car had a buttery smooth gearbox, and
this actually, like, I see the appeal. I'm shocked. Do you know how many they even made of these, or why? Because I thought the Corolla was doing manual.
No, the only reason I knew that the 2005 Camry even came in a manual is because, one, I saw this on Facebook, but prior to that, Jalopnik had written an article about it said, I think it was titled, I don't know why God put a manual transmission 2005 Camry on this earth, but I need it. And I agree with that article wholeheartedly. Because I love this car.
I've heard of the Corolla XRS, as I believe, because I remember for a while I considered just picking one up.
Yeah, I remember we had talked about that.
Those things have 2 cams and they rev to like 8,000 RPMs. So like when you hit the upper like rev band, it feels super fast. So I was like, that might not be a bad option. This is a lot of, like, this is fun. I'm actually having fun.
I drive about 100 miles a day one way for work, so it's a pretty fun car to drive, and it's just easy going. I mean, great on gas.
I haven't missed a gear. 3rd seems fine.
Yeah, 3rd's a little crunchy, but
about between 2,000 and 3,000 RPMs is kind of where I'm feeling. This is kind of the sweet spot.
That's where you want to shift it.
This is, I actually enjoy driving this a lot.
It's pretty fun.
So we've driven a little bit. Honestly, the transmission's really smooth. I really don't feel any. First gear, if you don't give it enough RPMs, about 2000s where I'm seeing that it likes it.
Yeah.
It does vibrate violently. Like that's some aggressive. Like I don't know if it's gonna like the M3 just shuts off. It hardly vibrates.
Really?
In here, it's like.
Yeah, for $1,500, I mean, what can you
I'm not
expect?
gonna compare this to that.
No, God no.
But I mean, this isn't like I had a Toyota truck that was manual.
Yeah, I love that. I love the
similar feel,
I love the
actually.
Tacoma.
Yeah. But you know, tell me about it. You've had it a few months now. How many miles have you put on it?
Almost 4,000 miles on it, and the only thing I've had to do is tires because when I bought it, they were drag slicks and an oil change. The only thing that I think doesn't work in the interior is the rear driver window. It won't go down or up.
But you know, how often are you taking people around?
Never.
Never. There you go. But you have the space in case you need to.
Yes.
So that's not a bad option.
The rear leg room isn't terrible, honestly. You'll see earlier in the video. It has so much trunk space.
80 cubic feet, right?
80 cubic feet, yeah. I'm pretty sure you could tear apart like a lawn and garden tractor and put it in the trunk if you tried hard enough.
Dude, that cornering was not that bad, honestly. I took that at a healthy speed. Never above the speed limit, but at
55 miles an hour.
That is the universal speed limit, right?
Yes.
But wow, it actually does really well.
Back before I put new tires on it, and this is partially because of tires, partially because of struts, if you took corners fast enough, you could feel the struts almost pushing the car up in the air with kind of bunny hop. It's pretty sketch.
Yep. Alrighty guys, well that's pretty much gonna wrap up this review.
There's not much to see.
I mean, other than the fact that this is just a Camry, it has a manual transmission, this has got to be pretty rare to find.
We'll get some gas.
Yeah, we'll get some gas. This has got to be pretty rare to find, but overall, that's gonna wrap up this review. If you enjoyed it, now I'll say after driving it, I understand why you need to, well, one, watch this video.
Two, everyone needs a manual transmission vehicle in their life. I'm a believer now.
Or a manual Camry if you can find one.
Yes.
So thank you for watching, and I will see you next video. Oh hey, you again. So, like I was mentioning before, this is a 2005 Camry. As you can see, it's a 12 valve
You're rolling.
Oh hey, didn't see you there. Like I was mentioning before, this is a 2005 Camry, and it's a 12 valve VTEC 6-cylinder.
No, it's a 2.4 liter inline 4, the fastest of its kind.
Let's take a look at that interior.
All right, recording.
Oh hey, you again. So oh hey, you again. So if you want to come closer in, this is the 05 Corolla Sport XRS model, and actually what you see is about the industry-leading 80 cubic feet of cargo space. Every model comes with a pair of jawed can't do it. Jawed.
Let's get scratching.
I think I got my fingers in that shot anyways.